Did you know that in the heart of São Paulo, there is an incredible secret that very few tourists know about? This is not a famous monument or a hidden beach. It's something much deeper, more alive, and more surprising. São Paulo has a corner where the walls speak, art breathes, and the city reveals its most rebellious soul. But to find out, you have to watch the video until the end. And if you're looking for unique and different experiences, subscribe to the channel now, because here we take you where others can't. São Paulo is not just a city, it is a world. A metropolis of more than 20 million people that never stops. Here, chaos has a rhythm, the concrete jungle thrives with creativity, and every neighborhood tells a different story. There is art in the traffic lights, poetry in the murals, history in the old buildings, and a future around every corner. It is a city that defies the rules and reinvents what it means to be Brazilian. The cultural mix is its greatest wealth. Italians, Japanese, Portuguese, Germans, Africans, Lebanese. They all came and left something behind. The city is a mirror of the world, where Buddhist temples, synagogues, mosques, and colonial churches coexist. And this diversity is perceived in every aspect of daily life. In food, language, music, fashion, and even football. But if there is a place that embodies the creative and urban spirit of São Paulo, it is undoubtedly the famous Beco do Batman. This iconic place is located in the Vila Madalena neighborhood, a young, lively, and artistic area. Its story begins in the 1980s, when an art student decided to paint a Batman graffiti on one of the alley walls. What seemed like a simple urban intervention quickly turned into the spark that started an entire movement. Other artists began to join them, painting murals laden with political, social, spiritual, and, above all, aesthetic messages. Today, Beco do Batman is an open-air urban art gallery in constant evolution. No mural lasts forever, because walls are alive, they change, they renew themselves, they respond to each other. It is a constant visual dialogue. There are hyper-realistic works, caricatures, psychedelic art, mythological figures, portraits of social leaders, provocative phrases. It is impossible to walk around without stopping to admire every detail. And the best thing is that the place is full of creative energy. You can see artists painting live, photographers at work, musicians playing, influencers recording videos, tourists gawking, and locals simply enjoying the open-air show. Besides art, Beco do Batman is also a gastronomic and social meeting point. In the surrounding area, you will find dozens of bars, cute cafes, vegan restaurants, artisanal burger joints, and places serving international cuisine. It's the perfect place to sip a handcrafted caipirinha, a cold brew, or try a specialty Brazilian coffee while watching life go by. At night, the area transforms into a mini carnival. Soft lights, live music, crowded terraces, and an atmosphere that you won't find anywhere else in the city. And of course, São Paulo is also famous for its women. Elegant, authentic, sophisticated, and charismatic. The women of São Paulo possess a beauty that cannot be catalogued. Each has a unique style, a strong presence, and a sensuality that comes from their confidence and their history. You will see them at the head of companies, as artists, or dancing, working for humanitarian causes, traveling alone or in groups, always leaving their mark. In São Paulo, femininity is celebrated in all its forms. If you are planning a vacation, São Paulo will offer you much more than you expect. You can start the day by visiting museums such as MASP or the Portuguese Language Museum, walking in Ibirapuera Park, shopping in Rua Oscar Freire, or getting lost in the most famous markets. In the afternoon, there is nothing better than a sunset from a rooftop in the center, and at night the options are endless. Electronic music, samba, jazz, rock, or simply a quiet dinner in some wonderful restaurant. And we can't forget about gastronomy, because São Paulo is, without exaggeration, one of the most refined culinary capitals in the world. Here, eating is not just a necessity, it is an experience, a ritual, an art. The city is full of trendy restaurants that combine design, haute cuisine, and a cosmopolitan atmosphere that has nothing to envy of New York, Paris, or Tokyo. In neighborhoods like Jardins, Itaimbibi, and Vila Madalena, you can find luxurious establishments with internationally renowned chefs, creative menus, and exclusive environments where elegance permeates every corner. From rooftops with breathtaking views to hidden restaurants, accessible only by reservation, São Paulo is a paradise for foodies. But there is something that is particularly striking: the impressive quality of sushi. Why is it possible to eat sushi in a Brazilian city that competes with the Japanese one? The answer lies in history. São Paulo is home to the largest Japanese community outside of Japan. At the beginning of the 20th century, thousands of Japanese emigrated to Brazil in search of opportunities, especially to work in the fields after the abolition of slavery. Over time, many settled in São Paulo, especially in the Liberdade neighborhood, which today is a piece of Japan in the heart of South America. The Japanese community has not only maintained its traditions, but has also fused them with Brazilian culture, creating a unique identity that is also reflected in the food and restaurants. Thanks to this, in São Paulo you can find everything from traditional nigiri and sashimi, prepared by Itamai masters, to exotic fusions such as sushi with tropical fruit, or creations with Brazilian ingredients such as tapioca or picanha. It is a perfect combination of Japanese precision and tropical creativity. Eating sushi in São Paulo is not a passing fad. It is a cultural experience and a sensory journey. If you've come this far, you already know that this city is much more than you imagined. So subscribe to the channel to continue exploring unique, diverse, and intense destinations. But to truly understand St. Paul, we must also observe his contrasts, those that make him so human and so real. This gigantic metropolis is home to more than 20 million people in its metropolitan area, with traffic that sometimes seems endless, like a river of cars that never stops. The city exudes haste, speed, urgency. And yet, amidst the chaos, there are moments of absolute beauty. Because this is what São Paulo is: extremes that coexist. The gleaming skyscrapers of neighborhoods like Morumbi, Vila Olímpia, and Avenida Faria Lima rise above humble communities, where life follows a different pace and opportunities are not always equal. Luxury and ostentation coexist with poverty, giving life to urban landscapes as diverse as they are evocative. It is not uncommon to see a helicopter landing on the roof of a glass tower, while a few blocks away, someone is struggling to survive in a favela. And as in many major cities around the world, security is a delicate matter. There are areas where the nightlife is safe, lively, and sophisticated. But there are also neighborhoods where it is better not to walk alone, especially at night. São Paulo is not a dangerous city as a whole, but it is a city that requires attention, intuition, and respect for local dynamics. This is part of its intensity, its wild character, its raw and authentic energy. But before I go, I'll leave you with one of São Paulo's best-kept secrets. Under a metro station in the city center, there is an abandoned tunnel that connects old shelters dating back to the dictatorship era. It is not open to the public, But some locals still tell stories of strange noises, moving shadows and graffiti appearing out of nowhere. Urban legend or hidden truth? Perhaps only St. Paul knows this,